Hello everyone, it's Rider here and welcome to another video, and this is going to be a Star Wars video. As you know, over the last week or so I have bought about 4 Star Wars Black Series figures, and they're all from the 40th Empire line. Now there's 2 waves at the moment, and I'm probably have explained this to you before, but I'll do it again. Where you've got 10 figures. You've got Bespin Luke, Yoda, Hoth Leia, Han Solo, the AT-AT driver, Luke Skywalker in his snowspeeder get up, Lando Calrissian, Imperial TIE Fighter pilot, Rebel soldier, and R2-D2 from Dagobah. The first figure that I opened from this line is R2-D2, and I've actually kept the card backs. I've decided this is how I'm going to do business because I love these card backs. So you've got a nice little foil on the top, you've got some images of R2-D2 there, and then you've got some images and cross cells on the back, as we spoke about just. So I'm keeping the card backs for now. I might throw them away eventually, but there you go. And here is little Dagobah R2-D2. Now, I like this. I think it's a pretty cool figure. But as I mentioned in my previous video, it pales in comparison to the Bandai model kit version that I've got and painted, just because I built this and painted it and all that kind of stuff. But we're not here to talk about this one. We're here to talk about the Black Series one. Now, I believe there's already been 2 or 3, maybe even 4 versions of this particular mould, and it hasn't changed much. It's a cool little figure. From what I've seen online, probably one of the better ones, even though I'd like it to be dirtier. I'd want it to be like on the picture there. You see, it's too clean at the top, and the contrast between dirt and white, especially on the back, isn't the best. Now, I could try and paint this up, but I don't really see the point, to be honest with you. I don't want to start customising these things for the sake of customising them. I've bought it, and I'm going to enjoy it how it is. Now, this R2-D2 has got some cool little gimmicks. So if you turn the head, his lower leg pops down, which is really cool. But as you can see, the rest of it isn't dirty, which is just really odd. Really odd. So he's got a dirty foot, but that bit is crystal clean. But you can have that look, typical R2-D2 look going on, which is pretty cool. But I do think that this part is too long. So I've been displaying him basically like that. Now, I believe these parts do come off. Now, the reason why those come off is one of the previous versions had the thrusters, the rockets on the side from the prequel trilogy. You don't actually get that with this. In fact, you don't get many accessories. How he's packaged in the box is with this small part, so this little camera piece sticking at the top like that, which is cool. Again, very clean. I would like to have a little bit of detail on the actual camera lens and all that kind of stuff. Just a bit of black paint would do. But you get that going on, which is pretty cool. But this figure actually has some more ports, so you can actually take off, if you can see, 1, 2, 3 of these. And the reason for that is the first version of this come with a load of accessories like a lightsaber and all that kind of stuff. And basically this one doesn't, which is a shame. The only other gimmick that this has got is you can open these doors and you can have his little shocker thing come out, or you can have, if I can grab it, you can have his little data arm, if I can get it out, the little data claw thing. Yeah, so it's not cool. It is a cool little figure even. It's cool. Is it worth the 20 odd quid price point? Probably not, to be honest with you, but it's R2-D2 and I haven't got one in my Black Series collection, so there you go. So I picked up him first. The second one I opened is Bespin Luke Skywalker. It's got all your standard Black Series articulation, which is great. Head sculpt is improved. I don't know if you can see that. There we are. A lot better head sculpt than the original one. It's got this separate belt piece and it's got a holster which you can take his gun out of. Nice little bit of silver paint and brown paint on the handle. Really like that. And he holds that well. He's got a trigger finger in his right hand. But as you can see, I've managed to manoeuvre his lightsaber as this elbow has a little bit more movement in it, a little bit higher, then essentially I've managed to get him holding his sabre like that, and that's how I'm having him displayed. I'm not moving him now because it took me a while to work out how to get him into that position. But he's a cool little figure. Is he my favourite Luke? I'm not sure. I've got technically 4 Black Series Luke Skywalkers now, and it's up there. But he is a really, really cool figure. Okay, so we've got Luke, we have R2-D2, and now to fill a gap in my collection. Sorry, I'm a little bit stotty today because the weather's changed here. It's gone absolutely bloody freezing. A Han Solo. So this is the Han Solo from Bespin. This is again another one of these 40 anniversary cards. Actually, I didn't show you Luke's, did I? So I'll show you those at the same time. So there you go. There's Han and Luke's card, both from the same one. So this is Han. He only comes with a pistol as an accessory. I really like the little smirk he's got going on. And in hand, this thing is... Well, all these figures look better in hand than they do on camera. I like this look for Han. As I say, it's his Bespin outfit. It's what he wore for the majority of the Empire Strikes Back film. And he's a lovely, lovely figure. One of the best Black Series ones I own. I'm not going mad on getting loads and loads of Han Solos. I'd like the Carbonite block that's coming out, and I'd also like to have one from the original Star Wars film, but unfortunately I missed the boat on that 40th anniversary line. But there will be a Jedi line in a couple of years' time, so that's something to look forward to. But as you can see, Han Solo here, he's got all your standard articulation points. He's got single jointed elbows, wrist movement, head swivel, ankle rockers, and double jointed knees. And they look pretty cool together, these two. Look really, really cool. But I don't think you actually saw these in the same place together in these outfits, I don't think. I think Han was frozen by that point. It's been a while since I've seen Empire, to be honest with you. And the final figure is still in the packet because I wanted to show you how great these look in packaging. And I wanted to show you actually what I do to open these. So what I tend to do is I get my little scalpel, and what I do is I just literally cut around the base plastic. The reason why I do that, I used to carefully take figures out and Transformers out of packaging so I could potentially reseal them. Have I ever resealed one? I haven't. Did it take up a lot of room? Yes, it did. So I've kind of opted not to do that anymore. And even though I'm not of the space like Brad was, where you could just rip it up and put it in the recycling, I do like these card backs. I do like the look of them. And even though they probably will end up in the bin at some point, I kind of like them for now. And I might do something with them. I don't know what yet, but I am quite creative, so we'll see. So, and then I end up with a shell like that. And I know I'm probably teaching you guys to suck eggs here, but this is just what I do, so I thought you would want to see. This is how I open them. So, let's start off with the accessory first. We've got Luke's sabre. All my lightsabers seem to have a slight bend in them, and this one looks a little bit clearer. Slightly different shade of blue. A lot longer length than this one. But yeah, that's interesting that these are from the... And the sculpt's different on the end as well. You can see there's a little nub in here for the belt, where this one has it at an angle. So this must be a newer sculpt. I'd imagine this is a newer sculpt because it's more accurate and longer. Let's get Luke out. And this thing looks stunning. I was so tempted to get the archive version of this. Well, version of the Luke in his pilot gear. But I opted against it. I don't know why. I just opted against it. But can this come off? I'm not going to force it. Sorry. I opted for this one. Basically because I thought I missed the boat on that archive one. I've seen it in a shop a few times. I've been opted against it. And then I just haven't seen it around. I haven't seen it online. And then this one was released. And I think it's Mike Class. Great YouTuber. Great, talking about Black Series and does unboxings and all that kind of stuff. Top bloke. He said that actually don't pass up on this one because it's the superior one. So I thought, I'm going to pull the trigger on this one. Now, I think his helmet does come off. I think it does come off. but I don't want to force it. I'm not going to force it because I'm going to display him with his helmet on anyway. But as you can see, this figure, already by looking at it, is absolutely the best out of the four I've shown today. The paint detail on it here, on the boots, the outfit. I don't think it's got a wash on it, but it looks amazing. And the helmet, the pattern on the helmet is amazing. It comes with a slight trigger finger. It does have a trigger finger on that hand, and a more closed hand. And his lightsaber, I'm guessing, just slides through. There is a hook on his belt. If you want to take this blade out, let's do that first. There we go. So we can have just about, can that go on there? Kind of. So you can have that look going on if you want to. I don't like doing that, to be honest with you. I like having my lightsabers fully bladed. So I'm going to try and put this into Luke's right hand, because everyone knows that's his hand he uses for this. Oh wow, so these actually have a butterfly joint in. Now this is the first time I've seen this, so this has to be a new sculpt. Or a newer sculpt. Yeah, butterfly joints, that's really, really cool. So we can actually get out loads. That's really cool. Yeah, so the lightsaber holds really securely. He's got some rubber straps down here. I'm sorry, I'm just taking this in for the first time and I'm a little bit in awe by the bloody thing. I've been toying with the idea of getting the Snow Speeder, you know. Because the Snow Speeder, I actually had the vintage one when I was a kid. And I know Black Series are doing that. It's about £90, and I go, oh, it's £90. But then again, I'll blow like 80-90 quid on Skylinks. So maybe I do go and pick up that Snow Speeder. I don't know. But anyway, you can have that look going on if you want to. It's a cool figure. It's a great figure. I'm really in awe of it. Does he stand all right? He does. So actually, that's not a bad little pose. Yeah, I kind of want to get all the Lukes, and I almost bought the Yavin Ceremony one, but I think that one's a little bit of a peg warmer, so hopefully I'll be able to pick one up cheaper than the 15 quid I saw it for. But I love Luke. It's so much so I'm actually considering getting an SH Figure Arts Luke, from where he transports himself and fights Kylo Ren. But yeah, there he is next to Bespin Luke, and you can see how they look together. They look really, really cool. And here he is next to R2. I do think they scale a little bit small. I said this before, but I think this R2 scales a lot better with the Black Series figures than the actual R2 from that series. Now you might have noticed that there are some other figures from this wave, and I've actually will have another 3 of them, but not these versions. So this is Lando Calrissian. I actually have, and his cloak's fallen off. I actually have the other version, the original version of Lando. In fact, I think it was the first or second Black Series figure I picked up from the Entertainer when he was going dirt cheap for like 6 quid. I'm not going to upgrade him. I don't see the point because I've got this Lando and he's good enough for me. And he's pretty cool. There is also a Hoth Trooper and a TIE Fighter pilot, which I'm tempted by, but I haven't picked up at the moment. But I have ordered myself a Leia. That is on the way. And I really wanted to get a Yoda. But there is that 2-pack coming out with Luke and Yoda on Dagobah, their Jedi training pack. So what I decided to do, I've actually ordered the Ghost version of this for a decent price, and that should be here this week, so I'll do a review on those as well. But anyway, so you've kind of seen 5 Black Series figures. You saw an opening, if we include Lando, you've seen 5. And this is an amazing line. It's a great starting point for anyone who's thinking about taking up the 6-inch scale. And these figures, as I say, a great starting point. I hope you've enjoyed this video anyway. I wanted to do this review of all these figures together so you can kind of catch up. And if you want to see some more Star Wars reviews, then let me know. Until next time, I've been Zork Rider, and I'll catch you again soon.